listeners, how do you do? This is my podcast and it's just for you. It's called TED Talks and it's a load of shite, but I hope you enjoy it because I've kept it like it's about an hour long and all about Teesside, the people, the places and the borough pride. Now then, welcome to episode 105 of TED Talks, the TED Hanky podcast. I've said this before, it's proper class and that, you know what I mean? I'm joined as always by my trusty friend and valet of my vehicles, Mala. Have you washed my car yet? I feel like you're like in Back to the Future where you're Biff and I'm like Marty's dad and I go, have you washed my car yet, Biff?
Yeah, well, but if you remember, first of all, Biff was a proper class lad and that, wasn't he? He wasn't just a Biff in the olden days. He used to like smash his head in, and that's what used to happen when we were at school, wasn't it, Ted?
Yeah, but, right, think back to this, right, in the film Back to the Future, right, Biff, he tries to sexually assault Marty's mum by forcing himself into the car.
That was the done thing in the day, though, in the 50s.
He was a grabber,
it was
wasn't
a very
he?
rapey time of like, the life. That's what happened, man. That's what they did.
And then in the second Back to the Future, he bought Marty's mum a big pair of wangers, didn't he? And he hit her, so he was a woman abuser as well.
Right, you're only seeing this from one side of the story, aren't you? Because what was Marty's dad caught doing in the first one?
He's a peepee Tom.
He was up there peeping with binoculars and that, wasn't he? Trying to see a bit of snatch.
I still do that now, to be honest, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, they always say that fun family film, Back to the Future, don't they? But it's got stereotypical Afghan terrorists in it to begin with.
Well,
You've got the go on.
They were from Lebanon.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Yeah, still Lebanon terrorists, still thing. See, I went all stereotypical myself there because of the film. Then you've got sex offending woman beater Biff Cannon, whatever he's called.
Yeah.
And then you've got the doc, who's like just a dirty old man who hangs around with young schoolboys, saying, oh, come and have a look at all my clocks.
Well, and you've got all them lasses that are like doing like, like a workout when Marty's holding onto the back of the truck. At the beginning, there's all them birds like going, call on me. But it wasn't like that music back then, was it? It was like a tip to be square. Do a bit of Huey Lewis banging out.
Yeah. It's still a good film, though. I don't know why I started the podcast with a Back to the Future film. I think, go on, why?
Because it's going to be revival week soon and you were just reviving a class movie.
You're right, yeah. If you are familiar with revival week, it's something Middlesbrough are doing on, I believe it is Monday, February the 21st to Friday, February the 25th, where punters can take a trip down memory lane with cash prizes and drink offers.
Right, and when they mean punters, they don't mean people looking for hookers. Like, that isn't what they mean by punters. They mean people who are going to spend some dosh.
Well, I think the main thing is, right, the pig iron in Middlesbrough is renaming itself for the week back to the good old days when it was the Hairy Lemon. Yeah, we used to go in there and do karaoke, didn't we, when it was the Marquee? Then it was the Hairy Lemon.
Does this mean that we're going to be able to get Mitsubishis? Because it's like way back when well, someone's got a time machine and gone and picked up some proper Class E, some Mitsubishis from back in the day.
Do you know what I don't understand? There's a quote in Teesside Lies, because we do like to cover off Teesside Lies, right? And it says, at the time, on hearing the news of the name change, comedian Alan Carr tweeted, "Is this true?" That's how he would tweet if it was his voice. The Hairy Lemon in Middlesbrough is close for a refurb and would be changing its name. This is a sad day for pubs and lemons. Can you imagine if the new name is the Bearded Orange? And that's why Alan Carr's not funny.
What's he got to do with butter anyway?
Oh, God knows. I think it's because he once did a gig at the town hall, didn't he? He might have went in.
Well, if he comes to butter, I'm going to knock him because everyone reckons I look like him. So, honestly, there can only be one, like, handsome lad like that, and it's going to be me.
This is going to upset you, Mala, because there's another celebrity quote here about it as well. Another fame...
This is Celine Dion.
That's just a rumour about her being a hairy lemon. Another famed person who took great interest in the hairy lemon was Morrissey. right? At one point during the Middlesbrough Town Hall gig, the singer, dressed in a see-through sequin shirt, obviously, asked the audience, "Do you think I'm overdressed for the hairy lemon?" Is that how he talks?
Well, he's from Manchester, man. He's class. He talks class. That's how he talks. Don't be knocking Moz, he was mint.
If he went in the hairy lemon dressed like that, he'd get a bat.
You wouldn't. Moz is hard as man.
Shut up. He doesn't get enough fucking protein in his body, the daft vegan.
Yeah, Moz is class, man. He would knock at least 10 lads from Borough. Yeah, and if you just want to fight Moz, then I'll help you because I want to meet him. So
I'd like to know what the what prizes they're putting on. The owners of the Pig Hammer said, "Hairy Lemon Revival Week. We're bringing you a full week of fun, cash prizes and drink offers." So really, are they just doing bingo and knocking a couple of pence off a pint?
Hang on, right? Is this just this one pub, right? The Pig Iron?
It might be, yeah.
Trying to drum up some business, so it's good. Well, we're going to call ourselves the Hairy Lemon again. That's like, the pound shop down there going, well, bring them back Woolworths for a week. So loads of people go in.
Oh, we're bringing back, Jimmy Savile running for Telethon Week.
Well, Robert's Candy Shop for one day only, back in Lanehouse Road in Thornaby.
Well, I like to read the comments of the Teesside Lies news stories, and we've got one here from somebody called Ted Mall, and he's just put... Might be a few earlobes lying around on the pavement outside over the weekend, just like the good old days. Is that like keeping your ear close to the ground or just getting battered?
Wait, hang on. Is this like out of Apocalypse Now? Is Bugs been cutting off earlobes in Borough? Hey, you lads, I know you're like a bit weird over there, but behave. Don't be chopping people's... Or is this just like his lads at that? Hey, I'll bite your ear off.
Yeah, maybe Ted Mall has got a necklace of earlobes, like Lundgren in Universal Soldier.
Well,
So I'm... I don't think I'll be going, Mala, I'll be honest.
Well, I probably won't be going because, like I said, everyone knows I'm proper banned out of Borough. You know what I mean? So, but I will think there, Ted. I mean, for revivals, what would you revive? Because I think the pub's just doing it there. But if we're going to revive stuff, why don't we do it?
Oh, well, the first thing I'd bring back is the bush.
Do you know the one that used to be outside?
No, I'm talking about. Like, listen, we know now, right? You'll go on a night out, right, and you get fired into a lass on the dance floor, right? Within a moment, you know it's the right time to either pop your hand up the skirt or down the front of the pants, isn't it? On the dance floor, we call it the dance floor tickle. And I don't
think nowadays they can do that though.
Well, I've still been doing it down the club. I got told off like during the bingo, but and she was only glass collecting, but I went for it. And now you put your hand down there, and there's nothing there, and you have to double check and ID them.
Do you just feel like you've ridden the wrong part, or you're touching the leg or something?
Could be, yeah. I don't know. Some of these lasses, they wear the jeans that I know. Maybe you're just rubbing the tummy. Maybe you think you're in there, but you've not even got below the gusset because the jeans are them big 80s ones that go up to the knocks.
Well, it was always a little yes you can if they undid the top button a little bit. To allow you...
What, like when your dad's had his tea?
I don't want to
put the news on.
I don't want to think about my dad. Well, that's sort of activities going on, Ted.
Fucking hell. Yeah, well, yeah, I'd bring back the bush. I'd combine that with the finger blast. I don't think because you don't, obviously nightclubbing is a bit of a thing of the past now, unless the young'uns listen to this, but you used to see a lot of finger blasting going on in corners of pubs and clubs, behind the back, in the smoking area, even at the bar, you know what I mean? You'd be queuing at the bar and you'd be doing it from the back finger blast.
But that's just a bit Mickey Flanagan when he's like, oh, going to bring back finger blasting.
Bring back the pouk, bring back the pouk. Yeah, you're right. I'm not stealing his material. It's a genuine request.
For me, I'd bring back, chalk dust that you
chalk dip.
Used to get it in the tub.
Chalk lick.
Yeah. Well, that was class.
I still combine that with a finger blast. From behind.
I'd bring back that because do you know what I mean? When we were kids, when you got an ounce, it was of sweets. Nowadays, people are just you know what I mean?
Well, maybe you could start your own, chocolate box Robert's Candy Shop type of thing, but only selling drugs. And all in them cartons on top of the thing can I have a quarter of E's?
I think too many people do that in Stockton and Teesside in general, and I think we need to get away from all of that. We need to get back people, right, to the days when pubs used to shut at 11:30, nightclubs used to shut at 2, and you could only have a pint and a fag. There were the days, man. They were class. And then, like, if you did, because there was no house parties, because we all lived with our mum and dad, so they'd be furious to remember, Ted, if you brought like 50 people back to the house into the kitchen, knocking all your dad's blue Caraco in. Wouldn't be happening, would it?
No, or if, like, for example, they went on holiday and I scuttled one of them over the wheelie bin in the back garden and the neighbours complained. You know? But that never happened, did it, man?
Never happened. No. He always blamed for that one,
I
said, it wasn't me. My ass is a lot whiter than that.
And no one can scuttle as fast as me. Like, I was going supersonic fast as well, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, what else would we bring back for Revival Week? I'd probably bring back sweater shop jumpers, because I've still got loads of them and no one else wears them now.
No, that's true. Yeah, I tell you, right, what I'd bring back is the one-eyed lad. Right, because now everybody's hard, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, they're all like Kung Fu ninjas, but there used to just be one-eyed lad per town, and they used to battle it off, do you know, like Roman gladiator style. That's all you needed. You don't need everyone like, oh, he's hard from here. There was just really one-eyed lad.
Yeah.
Everyone else was just like normal. But nowadays, they all think they're Rocky. So I'd bring back one handy lad per postcode.
That's yeah.
And then you knew then, if you were going to get a bat, and you were like, who's going to give you the bat? And they were like, it's Mallard. They'd be like, not bothered. And they'd be like, it's Andy Gregg. Oh, right, I don't want a bat.
Who's Andy Gregg?
Oh, Mandy now.
Oh, right, yeah. I'd also like to bring back, you know, like when you go into pubs and clubs on nights out, stuff like that, and they have a specific sponsor of the night, like sponsored by Malibu or something like that. Yeah, and you get loads of sort of free t-shirts, mugs, stickers, little badges, luminous things that you bite on the dance floor and they turn your teeth yellow. All
of the brewery used to put on.
Yeah. And they used to fire t-shirts out of a cannon at you and stuff like that.
I don't remember that.
So a t-shirt gun, like, you used to catch them all like that.
That must have been pissed by them.
Okay, now.
Hey, Ted, why don't you fire some of your new t-shirts out of a gun?
That's a good idea, that, yeah. I mean, the thing is, they probably do want firing out of some type of weapon onto a weapon to wear them, and lots of weapons are buying them at the moment, Mally. You know what I mean? I'm getting quite a few sales and inquiries about my t-shirts.
I think like the straight out of Thornaby, like the one that I've got, which is class.
Yeah.
Right, but I like how you can get straight out of, and you can have like Teesside or Stockton kind, or the Borough or Thornaby. Do you know what I mean? I think that's class.
Or Mouse.
Well, aye.
Yeah.
And I think if you've got some ones coming along maybe in the pipeline that are going to be like Thornaby Scuttlers Club and stuff like that.
Thornaby, you've got the Thornaby Scuttlers, we've got the Stockton Book Club as well, designs, my dogging range, dogging collection, I'm going to call it. Got loads of lasses ones on there, like Top Flange and, put your finger up my bum for the laugh ones. I made that one up.
I mean, these are proper top quality stuff though, aren't they? Yeah. I happen to know, right, that, like, you know what I mean? NASA's furious because you didn't go to him.
Well, NASA can't provide 100% orgasmic cotton like I've got here.
Is it true that they are all fruit of the loom?
No, they aren't. They are not. They are a real beautiful blend of organic, orgasmic, I can't say cotton.
You have to say, like, no, you have to do it now, Ted. You have to go, they are artisan bespoke cotton.
They are luxurious bespoke artisan t-shirts. They are made fully sustainable using renewable energy factories, and the packaging is all made from plants as well. This is all true. I'm not trying to be funny. It's class. It's good. And do you know what? I reckon I'm going to make enough money to retire in the next 40 years. But that's only when my state pension kicks in, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I've had my little, my bike repair shop I have, I've been punchy repairs. It's only took off, hasn't it, Ted? I've just had an order in, so I'm well up.
And I like the way how you called it malice rubbers as well, and that means you can branch out into stationery and condoms.
Well, that's the idea. Because if it's for blokes and they're coming here and be like, I don't sell rubbers, but if it's a girl that says, here, I'm off to some rubbers. I think she's a goner. So I'm like, so it's like a little in, you know. I know
yeah, but do check my t-shirts out. They are on my website, www.tedhanky.com. There's a little tab saying t-shirts and other stuff. Have a look. It takes you to my shop, and you can just have a look at all the ranges there. And the prices range between £18 to £23, I think. And they're pretty good, you know what I mean? You pay a little bit of postage and packaging on there, but some weekends the supplier does free postage and packaging as well, so proper class. You know what I mean? Up and buy some. Hey, Mallet, what did we do last night?
Oh, we went to the match, didn't we?
We went to the match.
We were looking out for the Squeezy boys, weren't
we? I've gone like all 50s with mine, you know, like,
Ted, you tell everybody about how unimpressed you are with the new Borough Chancellor.
Fucking right. Listen, Borough fans listening to this podcast, you need to sort your songs out, honestly. They were shite. You're just rhyming words for the sake of it, you know what I mean? Like, Bertie Crook's hair is fine, as I are running down the right all the time. Shite, man. It makes no sense. And then you sang one about fucking, what was that crap one, Mallet, that was doing my head in?
Isaiah Jones' Voulez-Vous song.
Yeah, why have you replaced ABBA Voulez-Vous with Isaiah Jones? It doesn't even sound like Voulez-Vous. It's driving me up the wall, Mallet. It really is. It's just a poor devotion to elements of grammar and rhyming techniques.
Hey, listen, right, we are Borough, we are proud, right, and we proper love the Borough, and I love going, even though the first half was shite, that's like the worst first half of football I've seen all season, and I go to nearly every home game. But, right, I'm telling you now, the songs were crap, and they're quite embarrassing.
That's
you know what I mean?
that Spara one as well. Hey, Slovenian, we've only got him on loan for a season. All sang out of tune and really badly, but we think he's fucking brilliant. That doesn't even think of something that rhymes with season. Oh, bloody
we
hell.
need something for your man McGree, don't we?
We're going to come up with a song for Riley McGree because he's a superstar in the making, that lad. He was proper class last night.
He reminded me of a young Paul Oaken. He was like,
because he's Australian.
He both-footed and he like went side to side a lot.
He reminded me of Australian Deriva. No, he was class.
He's still on the bus, Deriva.
Yeah, he's still doing the bus trips, Derivas. Yeah, he was class, McGree. So we need to come up with a song for it so we can have out. We need to get a song chanting in the terraces that is not only grammatically excellent but catchy and brilliant as well.
We did, but my like most of my entertainment, because everyone knows at the Borough matches, like I'll just like usually get pissed, but I wasn't last night. I was being a good lad last night because I had to work on my bike repair shop this morning. Yeah. But right, Ted went off at half time, right? I'm going to tell him.
I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about it.
And he come back with a mince pie. I mean, the hardest thing to eat at a football match. He had no cutlery. And he had this mince pie spilling gravy everywhere, and it was red hot. I went, "What are you doing?" He went, "No." I went up and panicked when I said, "I just want a cheeseburger."
No, I'll tell you what happened. I was queuing for ages, and one of my mates, John, came up and started talking to me like that. And before I knew it, was at the front of the queue, and I panicked. And I went, I'll have a cheeseburger and a tea, please. And I've got no cheeseburgers. And I went, I'll have a pie. And she give me this pie. I needed a fucking oven glove to carry it. Honestly, it was red hot. It was red hot for the first 35 minutes of the second half.
Well,
and then I ate it and burnt my lip still. And then I got to scoop little bits of mince that was left with remainder pastry as well. And big fat man sat next to me who looked like the honey monster. He had a cheeseburger. Where did he get that from? So didn't have any cheeseburgers left. He had two. Big, and he was practically sat on my knee all game.
It just come out. It was funny watching you come back with that set on the seat. I think everyone in the ground was amazed. You had like I was expecting like a minced dinner to come with it. Just be sat
but hey, I tell you, mate, some of the we had two lads sat behind us, didn't we? And like every 2 seconds, it was just like, "Oh yeah, I love Riley McGee. Me, like he's proper class." That was it. I love him, me, like. Yeah, bloody, what more? He's class him, like, I love him, me, like.
I was just amazed by their amazing ability to play football when they thought that Paddy McNair could do a 75-metre cross ball from one side to the other. When the switch was on, fuck off, man, what you're about, there was nowhere
and
needed.
then we had that one random bloke who just kept standing up and shouting abuse on his own, didn't he? Like,
that's usually my job.
Where's my borough? Yo, you fucking dickhead! And stuff like that. He was like... You know,
that's usually my job in that stand, but because I wasn't drinking, someone else had to do it.
I mean, I love the borough. I love going to the matches, but I really don't understand the mentality of grown men screaming abuse and singing rubbish songs.
We're like, but we're gonna try and create one, and we're gonna try and create a song.
We have to. It's got to be better than. It sounds like that 1950s song.
I think your Matty Crooks song still should be allowed.
It should be. Why aren't they? I mean, they're saying Matty Crooks has got his hair is fine. Why aren't they saying? Matty Crooks, spunks in his lass when he bucks. That rhymes, and it's true, because I've seen. I don't know, Mally. What are we going to do here? A war is brewing. Russia has plans for the rest of the world. The Americans, the UK, the French, and all of NATO cannot stop Russia. But one man can. This fall, witness the most explosive action movie you have ever seen. The Borough Batman. Just out fighting crime and that in the street in the middle. Somebody's following me. Who are you? Borough Batman. Your country needs you. What do you mean? My country needs me. I'm always here, but I haven't left the country. To be more frank, Borough Batman, the world needs you. Why? What's happening, like? Is there something mad kicking off in that? I'll knock out the bats if I need to. Yeah, Borough Batman, you think that you can overthrow Russia? You have no chance of beating the might of the motherland. We are the Red Army. Don't hit the borough of the Red Army. Red Army! Red Army! Right, yeah, I'm going to come in there, I'm going to smash all your big daft Rusky heads in, you know what I mean? I'm the Borough Batman, I'm going to be knocking out the bats to Ruskies and anyone else who sides with the Ruskies. Borough Batman, you shall not beat me in a one-to-one combat. Yeah, I will, because I'm just going to shoot you with this gun. Doyle. Yo, M, I'm coming for you, you daft twat. All right, Borough Batman, this is what we're going to do now. Like, we're going to go get in the Batmobile and that and go and fight some Russians and that. Hey, calm down, Thornaby Robin. We'll do it when I'm ready, you know what I mean? Just matches on, and I've ordered one of them Sunday dinners to be delivered because I'm dead scruffy and I can't cook me own. So, mate, I'll nip out for the tap then. Borough Batman, fighting world leaders and oligarchs and other twats. Oh, man. Borough Batman, we've got a situation. Don't worry about it. It'll all sort itself out eventually. You know, it always does. Or if it doesn't, then just get on with it, don't you? Borough Batman is fictional and by no way associated with the DC Comics Batman. Well, I think it's time for the weekly feature of Malice Mostments. Malice Mostments.
said, right, this week I've been mostly arguing with Stockton Borough Council workers, like across the piece, right? Because we are Teesside, we are proud of everybody, right?
Yeah.
And we love Stockton, don't we?
We do.
The class, right? But right, you don't need to put an attendant in a car park to tell me the car park's full. Like, what we paying, like, not that I pay council tax, but what we paying council tax for to do that? Because you don't need it to happen to you, but yet you still do. We don't need brand new lights in the high street every 3 hours when they change, like, the new lighting rigs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like every 3 hours. And we don't need that little miniature train, even though I think it's class. It scares the shit out of me.
1 o'clock every day,
Well, how many Greg's pasties have been dropped? Oh, yeah, let's be on here. When you're just about to bite and then it gets, do you know what I mean? It's bang out of order, right? And I know they're going to get rid of the Castlegate Centre, but I tell you now, you could steal from them in shop more than anybody else, couldn't you?
I do.
Because you could just go around there and used to be able to I'll just have a look at this little pencil.
Yeah.
And I used to go in. There's going to be no shops like that, is there? Because they're just going to have it all open and all modern, and there's going to be nowhere for scruffy people like me to go.
We used to do the old shoplifter double drop in there, where we used to go, oh, look, a shoplifter, and then they'd look and we'd shoplift.
Exactly. Do you remember when they used to have toilets as well on the high street? Where did they go?
Yeah, well, there was an incident with George Michael in the late 2000s, so they had to remove them.
They all got removed from that.
A couple of complaints, by like a couple of the local lads to weren't happy, like the lads who do the gardening.
They shouldn't have put the disco ball down there. But no, right? And there used to be the Rambles, didn't there? Do you remember the Shambles place?
The Shambles. That's still there. The Shambles.
Yeah, but it's not like top notch like it used to be.
They've got a sweet shop.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not proper. Do they have chocolate in it?
Chocolate, fudge, everything.
Right, I'm getting myself down already for that chocolate. And we just so happen to be recording when the flea market's on, and I happen to know because I do the attendance for flea markets, right? And this is at least 14% down on last year. Yeah. So everybody, get yourself down Stockton Flea Market and start buying some Chas and Dave LBs because I've seen them in the class.
The flea market footfall is down by 33%, so you need to up your game, people of Stockton.
Absolutely.
It's an integrated part of the high street.
And talk about whitewashing our history. I'm disgusted.
Hang on, where are you going with this?
Whitewashing our history, right? Trying to pretend we're all liberal, right? You got rid of our class charity shops and all the crap we had on the high street, and then you're putting Costa coffees in there, aren't you? Oh, you put some fancy. And the dogs that used to be on there, them free greyhounds, they've only hidden round by the library now, haven't they? They're not on show on the front anymore. What's up with you, Stockton? Are you ashamed that used to be a northern town? Well, you just moved down to Leeds or somewhere because we don't even like you anymore, so you can piss off.
I think they moved the dogs because drunk people pretended to scuttle them on a night out and ride them.
Well, we do use them.
But you're right about those people who stand in the car park saying the car park's full. Why can't they do something more useful with our taxpayers' money, like go and collect all the wheelie bins being blown around the fucking roads? You know what I mean?
Just let us use the Mark 1 eyeball that we've all got. You know what I mean? If you're going in, just have a look round. That's all you used to do. Yeah. You don't need to be, car park's full. Well, you don't need to stand someone there, that's all I'm saying. And they do it all the time. And it's not as if they go, you can go park somewhere else and tell you where you're going to go. I'll give you a map board out. They just go, sorry, this one's full because fucking dickhead Mr. Tumble's playing. Justin Fletcher's at the Globe at the minute, I'm like the way you used your old nickname when you used to work in retail, the Mark 1 eyeball, when you used to work in Mark 1 at security. Here he is, the Mark 1 eyeball. That's a little bit of military patter there for all the lads that are out there. They all know the crack. Because I used to be in cadets, didn't I?
He did. Someone used to make the beans. And that was Baller's Mostments. Malice, Mostments. No, which had some lovely discussions, haven't we, Mally? And what are you doing now?
Well, I'm just going to get myself down to the flea market because you know what? Right, I've just sussed out no one's even taken any entrance fees from there. I'm going to get down and charge him 12 pence for an entrance.
Oh, Mally there off the Stockton flea market to make a few quid, and rumour has it he's also dishing out his own punnets of choc dip, or choc lick. I don't know which is correct. They both sound horrible, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Well, that concludes this week's show. A bit of a short and sweet one this week. We've talked about lots of things going on locally, talked about the Borough match, and we've talked about my fantastic T-shirt shop, which I'm going to reiterate again. But first, before I do that, the Hanky Panky Comedy Clubs are back up and running monthly in Middlesbrough. So Friday, February the 25th is almost sold out. So if you manage to catch this before then, do go to my Facebook page and click on the events tab, or go to jokepit.com and have a look, see if there's any tickets left. If not, the next one is on March the 25th, and it's another proper beauty one as well, so keep an eye on them. I've got some TV comedians coming later in the year, too, bigger and bigger in Middlesbrough, so proper mint as well. While I'm on the subject, big thank you to the sponsors of the show, jokepit.com and Showcase Comedy. Thank you very much for helping me get this into people's ears and that. And back onto my t-shirt, if you go onto my website, tedhanky.com, you'll see there's a tab at the top called t-shirts and other stuff, and go on there. I've got click on it, takes you to my shop, and there's loads of class t-shirts on there, you know, Borough ones as well, like Up the Borough Believe, straight out of Stockton, straight out of Middlesbrough, like they are done in the style of a straight out of Compton style, the proper mint. And there's just loads. There's top flange ones on there for the lasses, loose wife in the style of Choose Life, and I've got a couple of snazzy ones. My favourite one is a picture of me from the 50s through to the 90s in a Panini sticker style, and that's just a super Ted t-shirt. It's mint, you know what I mean? So thank you very much for everyone who's bought some so far, because they are selling quite fast, and I've got a bit of a bonk on about that, so mint, class. Anyway, listen, I'm going to go, but please share the podcast around. If you've not joined the secret podcast group, you know, search for TED Talk, the TED Hanky Podcast group on Facebook. You can join there, and we post exclusive stuff and have chats about the podcast in there as well. It's class in a glass. So enjoy your week, keep yourself safe, stay out of the wind, and as per usual, up the borough and believe.